they can't seem to handle the fact that this is not the previous administration. And what the administration today is doing is actually enforcing the law. Now, you're going to see Karoline Leavitt fire back at CNN's Caitlin Collins.
I have a thing for you. Which White House official made the decision to bar the AP reporter from the Oval Office and the diplomatic reception room last night?
Well, first of all, let me just set the record straight. It is a privilege to cover this White House. It's a privilege to be the White House press secretary. And nobody has the right to go into the Oval Office and ask the President of the United States questions. That's an invitation that is given. And there are hundreds of outlets on this campus. Many of you in this room who don't have the privilege of being part of that pool every single day and getting to ask the President questions. We reserve the right to decide who gets to go into the Oval Office, and you all have credentials to be here, including the Associated Press, who is in this briefing room today.
But isn't it retaliatory in nature is the argument, because the reason that the AP was barred, which they said was because they're not using the phrase Gulf of America, they're using Gulf of Mexico in line with their standards. And so the
oh, boy, she is trying it. Watch this.
question here is this setting a precedent that this White House will retaliate against reporters who don't use the language that you guys believe reporters should use? And how does that align with the First Amendment commitment that you were just talking about?
I was very upfront in my briefing on day one that if we feel that there are lies being pushed by outlets in this room, we are going to hold those lies accountable. And it is a fact that the body of water off the coast of Louisiana is called the Gulf of America. And I'm not sure why news outlets don't want to call it that, but that is what it is. The Secretary of Interior has made that the official designation in the geographical identification name server. And Apple has recognized that. Google has recognized that. Pretty much every other outlet in this room has recognized that body of water as the Gulf of America. And it's very important to this administration that we get that right, not just for people here at home, but also for the rest of the world. Sure.
When I tell you, she was over there like, sit down, child. Let me show you how to do this. Karoline Leavitt is not to be played with. She's one of those ones. I'm telling you, Donald Trump made the perfect pick. Now, my expectations for her were, honestly, KJP set the bar so low, it was just sort of like, all she had to do was jump over it. Like, if I'm being completely honest with you, like, seriously. From DEI Clown, who couldn't answer one question, too. I brought the receipts. Yeah, she bring the receipts every single time, too. But in that interaction, you seen her taking down Caitlin Collins of CNN. And it was just beautiful to see them sit there and try to assert their entitlement, like we're supposed to be here in the White House reporting this, that, and the third, and also feeling like they're so entitled that they can't acknowledge the Gulf of America as that. Instead, they want to continue to live in the past in Gulf of Mexico. I don't understand these people. Now, DOGE showing up to the IRS building today. Now, this is going to be, we're going to show some memes here. We're going to be diving into how the left is breaking down over this all related to USAID in some way, form, or fashion.
Little pig, let me in.
Oh, yes, Doge is going to be auditing the IRS anyhow. I just thought that was a funny meme that I wanted to share with y'all. Alex Jones posted this compilation of Democrats caught lying about Elon Musk and Doge, plus calling for violence and including unaliving the president. What is going on with the tolerance?
This is code red. I am ringing the alarm bell.
In the past week, Elon Musk and his so-called Department of Government Efficiency have accessed the personal private information of tens of millions of Americans.
Elon Musk is a 5-alarm fire, and the country doesn't realize it yet.
We're at a crisis in this country. We are at war.
Sometimes violence is necessary.
All of our privacy,
mind you, that was a pastor that said that,
has been taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us.
Elon Musk forces his way into the United States Treasury and threatens to steal your personal information and your Social Security check. There is the possibility of violence.
This dude is literally breaking the law inside of the federal government.
They are raiding the government, attempting to steal taxpayer money.
They are dismantling the federal government.
I will bring articles of impeachment against the president for dastardly deeds proposed and dastardly deeds done.
We are going to fight it.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your asses.
We are going to fight it in the courts, and we're going to fight it in the streets.
We're going to make sure you understand what democracy looks like.
The people who want the fist fight are the base of the Democratic Party. Democrats want to see someone get up there and give a knuckle sandwich to Donald Trump. That's
oh
what
my
they
gosh,
want.
is that right?
People are aroused. I haven't seen people so aroused in a very, very long time.
Andre, they already attempted to unalive him. You want to keep calling Joy? Really?
The kingdom of God is a war zone. It is a battlefield. You did know this, right?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Yes, you just heard that yourself. These people are calling for violence against Donald Trump. Not only him, but also Elon Musk, because they are sitting there holding them accountable. It doesn't make sense. They're coming after your social security checks. No, in fact, it's the other way around. Y'all, the radical leftists who are trying to keep all of these frivolous organizations, the government organizations and NGOs in place, y'all are the ones taking away from 50 million for condoms in Gaza. You don't think that could have helped a lot of Americans? You don't think that contributed to a check or could have taken away from a check? Trump Gunner says the Dems are really showing how clueless they are, spreading lies on Elon Musk. It's clear they're out of touch with reality and facts. Time for some real leadership. And then they posted this picture. If the Democratic Party was a scented candle. Right. Somebody posted, you own the store, your store gets robbed. Elon looks at the video footage of the robbery and tells you who did it. Now you want to arrest Elon Musk. You're an idiot. Yes. Cuckoo. I'm telling y'all, what do we say? Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, chat. Cuckoo for Cocos, man. I don't really understand it. Now, quick reminder real quick. We dishing out exclusive content not available anywhere else except for patreon.com/kingdomcrew, and I would love to have you there. Bringing you the truth also brings, great risk. So thank y'all for the donations and everything to keep the channel afloat. Last but not least, continue tweeting me, DMing me some ideas on updates about what's going on so we can continue to laugh at these libs. Now, this right here was a pretty funny clip that was posted to Scott Jennings. However, Elon Musk is the one who reposted it.
He's not been transparent. I mean, there may be...
They are making routine announcements about the things they are finding, and they are inviting questions about the things they are finding every single day.
But by definition, he's not being transparent. They're not. They're not providing data for the things that they say they have found evidence of. They just aren't.
The White House has provided.
You can make announcements, and he also did admit that he actually.
So you just don't believe it. I mean, they are providing information. You just choose not to believe that.
That's what it boils down to. That's all it boils down to. You know what I mean? Because it's Elon Musk, because it's Trump, you already have this TDS bias. Elon Musk also is somebody who triggers TDS in these liberals. But yeah, he's quite literally telling you that they are, and showing you, well, at least right here, showing you like they're updating you about everything. They're being as transparent as possible. The literal definition of it, and you say, oh, well, they're not giving details. They're just announcing. Like, come on, there's a certain degree of classified information that I know we are not supposed to be privy to all in the very beginning of it all. Like, they got to do some investigations, at least just generally speaking, right? Come on, man. They understand this. They understand this. Elon Musk also posted this meme. When you're finding fraud and someone yells, stop, that's who's doing the fraud. Do y'all agree, chat? I 100% agree. Personally, I do. The rabbit hole posted one lesson I remember from PayPal days. Do you know who complained the loudest? The fraudsters. Elon Musk reposted with a 100% emoji. Because, I mean, he's already been in charge of data, critical information, and nobody was complaining there. Now, rate you, Meadow. I need to say more.
Elon Musk has apparently somehow convinced the United States government, specifically the United States Department of State, that the taxpayers of the United States of America should spend $400 million buying, quote, armored Tesla production units. Isn't it great and definitely not at all illegal or profoundly corrupt? Definitely not ripping us all off to pay themselves, right?
Donald Trump didn't give that contract to Elon Musk.
Who did?
Joe Biden gave it to him.
Elon Musk has apparently...
Just to further prove the point that it's cool if the radical leftists do it, but it's a problem if somebody who's not a radical leftist, like you see where this is going. Come on, MSNBS. You can do better, Rachel Maddow. Barry Cunningham, who's also a great content creator here on the platform, adds, who wants to tell her? Look like Rachel Maddow has given MSNBC a good way to avoid her ridiculous contract. The lawsuit will be epic.
So you don't want Elon Musk to have access to your sensitive information now. Really? That's kind of funny considering many of you are the same ones who demanded individuals have their sensitive health information printed out on little vaccine cards so they could actually go to the grocery store a few years ago. Remember, you're all the same ones who were still wearing masks in your cars alone by yourselves and had to follow arrows around a grocery store. So now you want to care about sensitive information and act like you have some logic and common sense. Hold on a minute. The only reason Elon Musk and DOGE are doing this in the first place is because there's been rampant government wasteful spending, fraud, and corruption. And he is committed to ending those things, which honestly means that you would get more money and be able to keep more of your money if the government wasn't wasting so much of it. But you are so committed to your political side, the side of the left, that you are the first ones to stand against your own progress under the auspices of caring about sensitive information. You can go ahead and miss me with that argument again, because just a few weeks ago, when TikTok was due to be banned, y'all were the first ones who were freely giving your sensitive information over to Red Note and Lemon8 and other TikTok alternative apps that are owned by China. So miss me with that argument, because I know you're not a serious person, and I'm tired of people actually even giving you the time of day because you do not understand logic and common sense whatsoever, and you are so committed to your own continued failure, but don't even realize it. That's a problem to me.
Wow, my guy, Damian Felder. I got to follow him off of that one. Came across this video earlier and I was just like completely blown away. I mean, for obvious reasons, right? He broke it down. I mean, he broke it down in just simple form for you guys, just displaying the hypocrisy. It's cool if y'all do it, but it's horrible if we, you know what I'm saying, if the left do it, right? I mean, if the right do it, right? Just keeping on with this thing that these people are just complete hypocrites, you know, and will sit there and play favoritism. It's because it's Donald Trump. It's because it's Elon Musk that they don't want to hear that they are going to be able to save more money eventually. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. You guys make it make sense. And then try to demonize the help. Look, people have to be okay with being wrong. I think that's what's the problem in this era of the world. People are too entitled to admit they wrong. Y'all know how many words and sentences I mess up every single day? But does that discourage me from uploading? You know what I mean? The criticism, the respectful criticisms, not no whining and complaining over here. You know, that I take in or whatever the case. Like, come on, man. People just have to be able to live in a world where you're able to go, you know what? I'm able to look at that fact, and despite how I feel and despite my loyalty, I can't, you know, be loyal to misinformation. You know, I'm never loyal to misinformation. Now, what did Max Water say earlier?
People of this country are being violated because all of our privacy is being taken up by Elon Musk and Trump, and we don't know what all they have on us. We don't.
Y'all heard that. I'm glad they already emphasized it for me. Hold on.
We don't know what all they have on us. People of this country are being...
I don't know what they have on you, Maxine. I mean, what would they need to have of you, Maxine? Just saying, Maxine. Maxine Waters is coming for you. Oh my God, Terrence K. Williams posted, I'm trolling her until she stops screaming at you.
They've seen President Biden. They've lived through his presidency. They've also seen
former President Trump, they've lived through his presidency. They've heard these arguments about democracy, about the fate of the election, and yet Trump is not only winning, but winning increasingly by a larger margin. So what is the plan among Democrats to change that trajectory? It sounds like you're talking about saying and doing all the same things, but do you believe that something needs to change?
I think we need to keep working.
Oh my gosh. Oh man, Terrence K. Williams, man, that dude right there now. This is the moment. Oh, my fault. I was supposed to bring you out of this screen. My bad. This is the moment from the USAID House hearing that is fire according to Tony. We're going to dive into a couple minutes of this.
Has been an unapologetic front for a far left agenda. It has become self-evident there weren't a handful of foolish policies, but rather a coordinated strategy of radical, idiotic, and often anti-American priorities. Idiotic, you say? Millions to teach Moroccans how to make pottery? The Moroccans were making pottery before we were a country. This entire debate today and the crocodile tears from Democrats just goes to show what's wrong with this town. Not a single Democrat I've heard has expressed dismay at the many examples of crazy, wasteful spending. I don't understand the objection to a deep dive in how we spend our money. But perhaps it's the fact that over the last several weeks, a massive surge has occurred in the search for a criminal defense attorney. That probably says it all. 5 times in this city, any other city in the nation. I'd like to remind the committee that President Kennedy unilaterally created USAID through an executive order in 1961. Yet the President Trump, orders a momentary pause after winning a mandate for reform, and Democrats cry, constitutional crisis. As long as you're spending other people's money, no one bats an eye. But the second you want to save taxpayer dollars, the swamp cries wolf, or in this case, unprecedented constitutional crisis. This breathless, fake outrage from the left is utterly insane. And you know what the American people, you know they can see right through it. The generosity of Americans and the blessing of giving aid to others has always been one of our most valuable tools for diplomacy. The American people have a proud history of championing aid to our fellow man, but lawless bureaucrats have poisoned that goodwill. Many USAID programs are wasteful and actively sabotage our diplomatic relationships by forcing woke ideology on our partners. Just look at PEPFAR, a beacon of hope in the fight against HIV/AIDS, yet the Biden administration even weaponized this crucial program, jeopardizing lives and undermining our relationship with African nations. Under Administrator Powers, our message to Africa was explicit, as it was heinous. Abort your babies and violate your religious convictions, or we won't grant you life-saving aid. Let me be crystal clear to those who've been complicit in this betrayal. Firing those involved is just a start. We have a long way to go. And one last point. I want to correct the record on a couple of things. First, Elon Musk and the team that is working does not have access to personal data. They don't have access to your Social Security number. That is a lie. Elon Musk does have a security clearance. He has a top secret security clearance. By God, he makes the rockets for NASA. But the suggestion that he somehow can't be trusted to dig into how we're spending our money is nothing but a smokescreen to hide the corruption and the wasteful spending that has occurred there. And I am personally offended at the left's continued references to 19-year-olds and 21-year-olds in their doing work. There are 19-year-olds who have won the Medal of Honor defending this country. Just because you're 19 doesn't mean you're some child who can't be trusted. It is offensive. And if you're 19 years old out there, 20 years old, and you're serving this country, by God, your service matters. Keep serving. We thank you for that.
I know that's right. Ooh, that was a loud bang I wasn't expecting right there at the end. My fault, y'all. I had to get off the screen. Had to run outside to get the car real quick. Some more other stuff. A lot of breath. But I'm back. And, you know, thank God I've already watched this clip and was able to vet it to know what was going on. Yeah, but anyhow, this is exactly what it is. You know what I mean? These Democrats are definitely trying to provide some sort of smoke screen to hide their corruption, but they're not fooling us in no way, shape, or form. And on top of that, the fact that you want to continue to demean the service of those hairy balls. Oh, no, it was big balls. My fault. Hairy balls was Elon Musk. You know, just trying to demean them for their age alone. Yeah, that's definitely something that I overlooked in terms of what the left is doing how do I say, look down upon them for the age group. Now, if anything, for me, I just say that's a great way to motivate children to let them know, hey, yo, at 19, you could be doing stuff like this. At 20, you could be accomplishing this. You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. I understood his frustration with that. The real story is not that FEMA, USAID, and other agencies gave billions to NGOs and illegals. It's that Democrats really did coordinate a plan to import and supply millions of illegals. It wasn't incompetence. It was an attempt to turn all 50 states blue permanently. That's a comment that we actually came across a comment similar a few days ago. It was like yesterday. Elon Musk posted this meme.
Have you been crying like a bitch over Elon Musk? Do you find yourself sobbing at the thought of your taxpayer-funded transgender basket weaving club losing its funding? You may be suffering from a common condition known as libtardism-induced meltdown. But don't worry, there's help. Introducing Grow-A-Pair, the revolutionary prescription solution designed to help you accept reality. With just one dose a day, you'll start to understand that tax dollars aren't meant for gender numeral electric vehicle startups in Vietnam. After taking Grow-A-Pair, you may notice life-changing improvements, such as smaller man boobs, the ability to fund your own transgender basket weaving without relying on Uncle Sam, and a newfound indifference to the defunding of the U.S. Department of Slope Sidewalk Studies. Grow-A-Pair won't solve all your problems, but it can help you stop fixating on who's going to pay for DEI pudding packs in Cambodia.
Side effects may include dry mouth, increased common sense, employment, smaller man boobs, and lower taxes.
Ask your doctor if Grow-A-Pair is right for you, because adulting is hard, but it doesn't have to be.
This is the video that you play for your liberal friends right there. That was gold. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. About to go get ready to have some lunch today. Today is Valentine's Day, man. Spread some love. Spread some cheer. All of my men out there, make sure y'all go get your ladies something nice today. All my women out there, go get your man something nice today. And then if you can't do so, man, just nice gestures. Go cook something today. Go clean up something today. You know, we all can do our part in helping each other. You know, if I can be able to get nothing, Lee, I go clean the crib up for you. Cook you something to eat. Get your favorite candy at the very least. But go check with somebody today, man. You could be saving their life. Peace. Oh, I was supposed to say, I'll see you in the next video. I hate when I do that. Because I use my whole narrator voice. I go all low and be like, yeah, see you in the next video. Peace. Then I got to sit here and clean. Next video. Roll.